hope you guys can see me. Let me see what we've got here. Can we find me? Here I am. Yay. Are you guys there? Good morning. I had to pick a different place this morning. The mosquitoes, good morning Alicia, the mosquitoes were kind of bad yesterday, but not just because of that, because I can manage, right, with long sleeves and long pants. Right at 9 o'clock in this particular neighborhood is when like everybody's lawn guy shows up, including theirs, in the garbage man. So there's a whole lot of beep, beep, brr, beep, beep, brr. So I backed up and I moved into the foyer. So it looks like the lighting will be okay. Happy Friday. Oh, the microphone. Dagnabbit. Alicia, thank you so much for reminding me. It's one of those things where I had to just pick up and run. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. Yay! And it turned on. All right. Thanks for that, Alicia. Sorry you guys had to see all that trotting back and forth. All right. We got the mic in. Happy Friday. Good morning, Miss Mimi. Oh, Julie, I'm glad you finally got your card. Good morning, Miss Petra. Yes, isn't this nice? This is their foyer. This is like by their front door when you first come in. And it tees off, so on that side I'm looking at staircase. And this goes to the master bedroom. And they're just really amazing folks. We've been friends for a long time, and I'm just so glad that they are letting me hang out here and take care of the dogs. And good, I'm glad you can hear it. And it does feel like a spa. But yeah, they're literally weed eating right next to where we were yesterday. So I'm like, I'm just going to go inside. Yay and yay. My body is doing pretty good because they have a really big bed. And there's like a feather duvet and feather pillow, and it's like 60 degrees in the house. And my house is never that chilly. And so there's a whole lot of snuggling down in all of those covers. But I think the best part was they have their bathtubs a little bigger than mine. And I took a nice hot bath before I went to bed so my muscles could release. So let's see. Everybody looks like they're doing pretty good. Everybody's checking in. Got my coffee, so that's good. It just still seems like it's a little blurry. And I just don't know if that's the internet being kind of slow, or if it's my phone, or if I put my thumb over where the lens is. It could have been those things. I am living the spa life, but yes, I'm turning it into a spa. I'm trying to enjoy every day. I've had a whole lot of together time during quarantine. Today's day 60, right? And so it was nice to have a little space after that. All right, I am going to try to work on, my camera is trying to focus. I'm going to give it some help. Good morning, David. And see if I can help the camera focus, and we'll get started. I think we should probably call it Foyer Flow. See what I did there. But we'll figure it out together. Let me see if I can work with that focus a little. I want to focus here. think that might help. We'll see. It looks a little crisper. And again, it might be the internet. And that's another reason why I wanted to shoot inside today, is that I'm closer to the router. And some of you had some Spectrum issues yesterday. They have Spectrum as well. And I wanted to make sure you had a nice stream. Lower back is cranky. All that sitting at work. Yes, I bet it is. All right. Yay. It does look like a spa, doesn't it? It's lovely. The people who own it are just as lovely. Really sweet people. Good morning, Miss Jessie. So Jessie, because the bedroom is very nice as well, and it was hard, all I could do to get out from under that feathered duvet this morning. I think Sunday is going to be sleep-in Sunday, and we're going to do yoga that we can do in bed and dedicate it to Jessie. I'm sure she'll be happy because that's where she is right now. She's like, yes. All right, let's get this party started. We're going to let the head come forward, find the back of the neck stretch. And the head comes up, right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Back to the center. We're going to sit up tall, lift pelvic floor, pull navel in, pull those shoulders back. Nice tall spine. And we're going to set our intention for our practice. Maybe we're working on some mental things. Maybe it's physical. Where's your breath work? And once you have those intentions set, we're going to open those eyes. We're going to put those hands on the knees. Nice big rotation. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Sean. And nice big stretch. We're feeling it through the side body. And then we're going to get to that front and we're going to stop and change directions. Nice work here. Nice big rotation. Trying to just change this up a little bit. We want to have some things that are similar so we have that comfort, but just enough change that it's not like eating the same food every day. And back to the center, sitting up tall. Now, from here, we're going to see if we can walk those hands out. And we're going to walk them out slowly on those fingertips. See if we can lengthen through the crown of the head. We feel the hips stretch. Now, depending on how those legs are crossed, if one is crossed over the other, the one that's on the top, you're going to feel a little more pull. Maybe you can let the head come forward, feeling the back of the neck stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're going to continue to sit like this, but we're going to walk those arms over. So we're going to see if we can get as far as we can over. Nice big stretch. 1, 2. You're going to feel it on that left side because I went to the right. You might have gone to the other direction, and that's okay. But it's the arm that's a little shorter because of distance, because of the stretching. You're going to feel that opening through the rib cage, through the waistline. Really stretch it out. And we're going to walk back to the center and see if we can start walking over to the left.
Nice big rotation here. Lengthening out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really stretch it, maybe a little bit more. Come up on those fingertips if you can. 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly start to come back. Lengthen out. And then start walking those fingers back up.
We're going to change the cross of those legs. Good morning, Palacios. Good morning, Ian. We're going to start doing cat and cow here, but we're going to do cat and cow seated. So we're going to still get this movement, and you're going to get a little rocking on the tailbone on the floor. So if you have a little discomfort, maybe just kind of shift how you're sitting. So we're going to let the belly come forward and back. Forward, back. Nice big breaths. Try to regulate where you need it. Nice rotations. Big chest up and back. One more time here. Just playing with it, getting the spine to say good morning. And back up. Now, once we come back to that seated position, we're going to allow the hands to come onto the shoulders. So when we put the hands on the shoulders, the thumbs go back, 4 fingers come forward. So we're going to place like this, and then we're going to rock back and forth. So we're just going to go back and forth. I'm already getting some snap, crackles, and pops going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to 10. 6. If you have to close your eyes to keep from getting dizzy, do that. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let those hands come down. We're going to still feel those echoes for a second of that shifting. So we're going to take a moment just to be. Nice. Now, from here, hands come out and up. See if we can twist to the right, tall spine. Use that back arm as a second spine so that you can elongate through that spine. Nice and tall. Let the shoulders be that last thing to turn, then the head and face. 2, 3, 4, 5. Left shoulder comes down, right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you smiling? Lifting pelvic floor, pulling navel in. With control, contract right side, we sit up. Now from there, we're going to come back to the center. Hands come out and up. And twist to the left, tall spine. Let that back hand act as that second spine as we get really nice and tall. 1, 2, chin and face, last to turn. 3, 4, 5. Right shoulder comes down, left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. Back to the center and forward. Nice big stretch here. We feel that work through the hip. Nice long stretch. And then slowly we come back up. So now we're going to switch legs again.
Good morning, Jeannie. Well, I'm glad I'm echoing. It's saying, get up, do yoga, make breakfast. That's what the echoing is. So I'm glad you guys are coming in, little. Parker's at home with Taylor. So I have their 3 dogs that are not allowed in this end of the house. So maybe tomorrow when I practice, I'll broadcast from the kitchen, and then their 3 dogs can help do yoga. Good morning, Randy. So once we come back up here, we're going to switch the cross of those legs. But now when we come into this, we're going to have the left leg on the bottom, right leg on the top, pressed in pretty tightly. So the first time we're going to do this without the arms just to get the hips warmed up. Now, your hips may not be warm enough or they're already tight that this movement might not work. So you may have to have this bottom leg long. So we're going to just lean forward, checking in with those hips. Nice long stretch here through the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. Nice work. Now, before we switch sides, we're going to go ahead and add the arms here. So, right knee is on the top, means right arm goes over. We're going to put that right arm over like we're going to pat ourselves on the back. We want this to be in contact with the head. A lot of times when we wing it out like this, we want to bring that elbow up. Left arm comes behind. Now, it doesn't matter if you can touch those hands or not. Maybe you're going to grab your shirt with both hands to kind of keep them in place, or you just gently place them on your back. Just try to keep the integrity of the touch as you start to fold forward. 1, breathe. 2, we're lifting that pelvic floor, pulling the navel in, nice long bodies. 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. Gently release those arms out and nice release through the shoulders. Nicely done, everybody. Let's change the cross here. So we've changed. Left leg's on the top, right leg's on the bottom. And again, same thing here. If you need to straighten that bottom leg because your hips are like, not today, then keep them however you need to for comfort. So the first time through, we just lean forward, no arms. So a nice big stretch here, checking in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come back up. Now, we're going to add the arms in. Left knee is on the top. Means left arm goes over. So we let that left arm come over and let the right arm come behind, grabbing those fingers. Nice tall spine. Lifting pelvic floor, pull that navel in. Keep that elbow close to head. Now we begin to fold forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. We're lengthening through the crown of the head. We're still in this posture, lifting pelvic floor, very active in the navel. Contract the back, lifting up, and gently release. Let's see if we can just rub out the shoulders and be nice to them. Nice work here. 3, 4, and 5. Feels awesome. So we've been in this posture for just a little bit, and we want to get a little change up. So we're going to change again, but we're just going to sit in a comfortable, easy sit. So easy sit means that we don't cross ankles. That means my right foot and our left foot is on the mat fine, and so is this one. So you have to sit a little wider for that to happen. And if your hips won't rotate out, this is uncomfortable because you're still like this. You do you. Do whatever you need to be comfortable. I was just trying to find a different way for you to sit with the legs. Now from here, we're going to do arms because we just stretched them in cow face pose. So we're going to press them out. Nice long stretch. Pinkies come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let that pinky come up. Ring finger comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that finger come up. Middle finger comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let that finger come up. Index finger comes down. Nice big stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let that finger come up. We're going to turn those thumbs up. So the thumbs are up. We feel that work as the gravity's pulling down. Nice tall spine. Lift pelvic floor. Be really active in the spine to sit tall here, even though those arms feel so heavy, and I know I'm talking. 4. You've got this. Breathe and smile. 5. Now we're going to put the thumb inside the palm, wrap the 4 fingers around it, but we're letting the pinkies pull down towards the mat so we can open through the wrist here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to release those hands. Come down. Oh. Do some rotations here with those shoulders, forward and backward. Oh, maybe a little stretching here, little twists. All right, now we're going to do some lateral movement side to side. We're going to let that right arm come down, left arm reaches. Nice big stretch here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that hand come up. We're going to bend at the elbow, twist it through. Nice work here. Good morning, Beverly. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to unwind and lengthen. And back up. The left arm comes down. Right arm reaches. Nice big stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that hand come up. We're going to bend at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release and stretch. Nice, big, long stretch. And then slowly we're going to come back up. Hands come behind. We're going to roll those shoulders back, lifting the chest, opening through the heart. Then from there we're going to come forward. Hands come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let those hands come down as we come up. Back to the hands come together. Let's see if we can roll a little bit. Nice work. Feels pretty darn good. 3, 4, 5. And release. We're going to put the bottoms of those feet together. And once we get the bottoms of those feet together, tall spine, we're going to fold forward. Lengthening through the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come up. We're going to bring those knees in, grab those knees, nice little roll for the back body. Change the cross of those legs. We've had plenty of stretching here on our booties. start getting those transitions up. So I'm really close to these bases, and I've probably walked past them 100 times. As many times as I've been in this house. I never really looked at the pictures. And they're really cool. That one over there, they're making paper out of bamboo. So these guys, some guys are cutting, and one guy's inspecting. The other people are pounding it out. It's pretty darn cool. And bring those knees up. And these are just fancy people out in the garden. And gently release. We're going to come to hands and knees. And inhale up and down. And up and down. One more time. Up and down. We're going to soften back. Nice work here. Really lengthening it out. Nice work. Now, from here, we're going to inhale up to table. From table to down dog. Bending and stretching. Lengthening through the spine. Nice long bodies. I'll be really careful putting my leg up. That would be bad. And opening through the front of the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put that foot down. And we're going to let that left one come up. And open. Snap, crackles, pops, all of that. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to release. Put that foot down. We're going to bend those knees. Looking forward. We're going to step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. Inhale all the way up. And then the hands come back down. And release. Yay. So we made it to our feet. We're going to see what kind of practice that we can do. So we're going to start here at the front. And we're going to step out to do the practice. Very much like they do a Ashtanga. Mostly because I didn't realize just how close to this wall I am. And that way I can function and not break anything. So, hands on the heart. We're going to step out to the right. We're going to turn the right toes out. We're going to lengthen and tip. Now, you might have stepped to your left. Whatever you needed to still be able to see your screen is okay. We're going to put the hand on the shin. Hips forward, shoulders back. So I'm really going to push trying to teach with your body as a prop. Because as we move back into the church and back into the studios, we're going to have a little bit of a new normal. And we're not going to be able to use the props because I'm just not going to be able to clean them well enough until we get through this COVID for a little bit, right? So it might be not a year, but several months before we can start adding those things back in and finding different ways to clean. But the church I've gone through, I've sprayed everything down, everything's cleaned up, all the spaces to mark where the mats will go are down. So getting it all prepped for you guys. We're going to press down through the feet to come up. Right toes in, left toes out. Today is day 60. I've been with you 60 days in a row. 9 o'clock. Lengthen and tip. And hips forward, shoulders back. 1. Smile, find your breath. That's a 10 count. I held it 10 counts on the other side because I was chatting. 2, 3, hips forward, shoulders back. Even though I might have only counted to 5. Nice and slow, lifting pelvic floor, pulling in navel, lengthening through the crown of the head. 3. Smile as you look up towards top hand. Try not to dump out in this bottom hand. You can place it, but don't prop up on it. 4. 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. Nice long counts. We're going to let those hands kind of come back. We're going to let right arm come across to this side. Grab it and pull it down and let left ear come over. Stretching the neck. We're going to take a little pause in between. Where's your breathing? Where's the intention? The temperature and texture under your feet. Bring awareness back into the body. We're going to release that out. We're going to switch. So we put the left hand behind, grab, pull down and away. Right ear towards right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring the head up. Left arm comes out. Nice big rotation. Nice. Now, from here we're going to do our revolved triangle. Revolved triangle, really, really hard. So I'm going to teach that modified pose. If you're at home and you have a full revolved triangle, go ahead and do it. Awesome. So we're going to turn the right toes out. And we're going to bend that knee. Now, ideally, the leg should be straight, but to get your hand down, we're going to bend the knee. I would like for you to put your hand on the floor so that you have a good foundation. If you don't get the leg straight, that's okay. But this is what's going to keep you from tipping, right? So we're going to slowly start to stack those shoulders and straighten right leg. So now that I've mentioned it, some of you who don't practice the full posture may be wondering, well, what is that full posture? That full posture is both legs are straight, the hand comes across. 1. Lifting pelvic floor, pulling the navel in. 2. 3. Smile. 4. 5. We're going to take that top hand, bring it down, bend that right knee so that you can press through that foot to slowly come up. Now when you come up, we're going to turn right toes in. We're going to let left toes turn out. So I'm going to show you that modified posture first, and then you can do the full one should you choose. Now we need to get that hand down to the floor to do that modified posture. So right hand comes down. You have weight in that palm, and you begin to turn. We're stacking those shoulders. Then maybe you can begin to straighten that left leg and let left arm up. And that's a really big stretch. Even if you can do that full posture, this is really good for getting on the outside of the glute. If you're wondering what that full posture looks like, or you want to try it with me, there's a big rotation here. There's a shift back in the hip. We're going to let that right hand come down. Left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you breathing? Lifting pelvic floor, hollowing out the belly. 5. Top hand comes down. Bend left knee. Press through that foot to come up. Turn to the right. Release. Step to the front. Walk it out. Ooh, a lot of work happening there in those hips. So we're going to take a little pause in between. I'm going to work on chair. And the chair that we're going to work on today is going to get some rotation through the side so it can open through side body. So we're at the front of the mat or facing the screen, whatever's best for you. We have those feet close together, hip distance. We're going to bend the knees, send the hips back. Try to fill in lower back. Bend the knees, send the hips back. Bend the knees, send the hips back. Long spine. So we're really extending through the crown of the head. We're going to let those hands scoop up. When those hands scoop up, we feel that extension through the crown. And I don't want you to try to get your arms up so high that you start to lose your chair like this. Keep the chair and let those arms come up as much as the shoulders will allow. Keeping that lower back filled in, we're going to bring the hands to the heart. Maybe you can sink down a little bit because you're not struggling with the shoulder. Now we're going to bring this right elbow to left knee. Rotate. Look at your left elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow those arms to float back out. And then you're going to bring them to the heart and you're going to rotate. Left elbow comes on right knee. Looking at that elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release that up and extend. Press down to come up. Hands come to the heart. And release that out. Nice work, because we'd already done a twisting posture. Then we followed it with another one, but with those legs in, we felt like we could really rotate a little bit more with those legs closer in. So we're going to step back to the front of the mat. Now again, I'm stepping to the right. If you have to step to the left so you can still see me, that's fine. We're going to step up. Now we're going to work on side angle and revolved side angle. We're going to turn right toes up. We're going to lengthen. Right elbow comes down. Left one reaches. We're going to push those hips forward, shoulders back. 1, 2. Maybe you can look up at this top hand, lift pelvic floor, pull navel in. 3, 4, 5. Really long, feel grounded and connected through the feet. 5. Press down through the feet to come up. Right toes in, left toes out. Lunge as if in Warrior 2, left elbow comes down, right arm reaches. Hips forward, shoulders back. Full breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you breathing? Lift those feet. Lift those toes, lower them, feel grounded and connected. 5, we're going to slowly come back up. Now we're going to rotate again to the right side. Right toes are out. You're going to lunge as if you're coming in Warrior 2. We're going to do that modified revolved side angle. Left elbow comes to right knee. So we're kind of already prepped because we just did the chair practicing this movement so the body would be ready. We're going to put the bottom or the palms together. We're going to press look up towards right elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you breathing? Press down through that back ankle. Don't let your right knee roll in. 5, we're going to press down through those feet to slowly come up. We're going to turn right toes in, left toes out. Lunge as if in Warrior 2. We're mindful of this knee. We're feeling connected through the feet. Where's your breathing? I try to remind you to breathe, but I really mean that. Ujjayi maybe, or just focus on the normal breath you have. Right elbow comes around, comes onto the knee. We're still lifting that pelvic floor, hollowing out belly. We're going to rotate. We're not dumping out into shoulder. Nice tall spine. We look at that left elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release. We're going to slowly come back up to the center. Take a pause because then we're going to step back to the front of the mat. So we turn those toes, we step to the front, walk it out. We're going to rotate those shoulders. Maybe do some wrist circles here. Let's place a tree here. Let's do a balance because we're about to do wide angle forward folds. So let's take a little bit of movement in. Left foot heel, ball, toes. Lifting toes and lowering toes. And we've been touching a lot on feeling connected through the 4 points, finding the breath. So we're going to shift the weight, feel all the weight, maybe lift and lower if you don't feel that connection. Place the ankle. If you need to use a wall or a chair, please do that. Maybe you're here. Maybe you can grab in place. Hands to heart. We're going to take a 10 count. 5 with the heart, 5 with branches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those hands back in and then let that foot come down. Walk it out. Maybe you have to wiggle it. Maybe your ankles, your feet, maybe still a little crabby this morning. And just little ankle rolls like that can help a lot of times alleviate any stress. Let's try the other side. Right foot, heel, ball, toes. Maybe lift and lower those toes. Put the weight on that right leg. Now from there, maybe we're going to bring that foot into the calf. Maybe you can lift and place. Hands come to the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can bring those hands out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come to the heart. And gently release that out. Walk it out. Nicely done. We're getting to that end of the standingness. So we're going to step back to the front. Feeling that work. Hands come to the heart. We're going to step out to the right. Hands are wide. Now from here, we're going to put those hands on our hips and we're just fold forward. We're folding at the hip crease. We're dangling forward, hands come to floor, look through, all the way through. Let the head hang. We're going to shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Lifting pelvic floor, pulling navel in, really elongating through the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those hands to the hips, elongate through the crown of the head, soft bend in the knees, don't lock them. Use your back to come up. Use back and glutes, back and glutes, back and glutes, back and glutes. Nicely done. Hands come up. We're going to bring them back to the hips, but this time we're going to leave them at the hips. We're not going to let them float to the floor, so you have to rely on the torso. We're going to come forward, feeling that stretch. Elbows are up, hanging forward. 1, 2, giving you a chance to get some extension in that spine. Really feel hamstrings and glutes loosen up. 3, 4, 5. Nice. Pushing down and out with the feet. Use the glute. Nice, strong, long back. Hands come up and behind. We're going to lace those fingers together. Roll those shoulders back. We're going to look up, adding in that little back bend, opening through the collarbones, opening through the neck. Smile. Coming forward. Hands come up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, really long bodies. 5, we're going to let those hands come back as we come up. Nice work. Rest those shoulders out a little bit. Now this last time we're going to try to grab those toes, pulling us down further, broadening the back, and then we're going to be done with that. Here we go. We're going to bring those hands back to the hips. We're going to fold it forward. We're going to see if maybe we can reach down, grabbing those big toes. We're going to pull those elbows out as we pull down, elongating through crown of head, broadening the back end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to straighten the back, release, Straighten those arms maybe if you need it to help you lift, and slowly come up. Because we bend forward a little bit, those glutes start to rebel. Now from here we're going to see if we can take that really big step all the way back to the front of the mat. So you're going to turn those left toes out and then step to the front. We'll walk it out. Really nicely done. So we have 2 more postures. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great. Oh, that makes me happy. So we're going to come to the front of that mat. Feel that work. Bending and stretching that out. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. We're going to step back into a plank. Now once we get into that plank, maybe we knees, chest, and chin or chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. Bend and stretch here, checking in. Feel that work. Oh, those hamstrings, they feel great. The calves and the ankles enjoy the stretch. Nice long body. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, from here, we're going to step the right foot forward. We're going to ground that back foot. We're going to come up into a warrior 1. 1. Now you can let those arms be apart or put them together depending on your neck, depending on your shoulder. I'm going to have them apart today. Try to keep those fingers closed, keep that energy running up the body. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to turn those toes. We're going to travel to the left so that we can lunge to the left. So we went to the back of the mat. Left leg is in the front now, so it's left knee is lunged, arms are up. 1. Pulling in the belly, lift pelvic floor. 2, 3, 4, 5. But we stay in this lunge and just rotate the torso. Don't let this left leg rotate in. We're nice warrior 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to rotate left toes in, rotate right toes out. Warrior 2. 1, 2, 3. Really sinking it in. 4, 5. We're going to let those elbows soften. Hands come down. We're going to come to the ball of that left foot. We're going to step back. Plank, knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. We're going to bend and stretch here. We're going to put those knees down. We're going to come back and stretch. Feel the work in the feet. Maybe you can settle down between the knees. Feel that work in the back. Nice full breath here. 3, 4, 5. Now from here, we're going to slowly come back up. Bring the knees in. Sit back on the feet. This is going to give you that opportunity to stretch to the tops of the feet because we've been doing that standing series. The foot's been in this position. We want to be able to lengthen that tissue across the top of the foot. So sit back as comfortable as you can. Some folks sitting back like this is uncomfortable, so maybe you still need to be forward a little bit, letting the hands help you. Maybe you can come up with the butt a little bit more, but we're really trying to lengthen here. Take a second and breathe. Good morning for those of you who hopped in when I wasn't looking here. Elisa, Philip, Joelle, and Debbie. Good morning. Have a sip of coffee. All right. Now from there, we're going to see if maybe we can come up on the knees. Now, depending on the security that you need, you might need to turn those toes under. Maybe your feet or your ankles are a little grouchy. We're going to put those hands on the hips. We're going to let those hips travel forward. Heart turns up. Opening through the heart, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract belly to come up, looking down at floor. 1, 2, 3. Where's your breathing? 4. We're going to lift that chest up. We're going to push those hips forward again. So hips come forward, heart turns up, really expansive. Opening through the collarbones, through the throat. 3, 4, 5. Contract that belly, looking down at floor. We're going to let those hands come down again. See if you can shift that weight back, lengthening out those arms. Lower back, knees, rest. Maybe forehead comes to floor as you soften. Now from here, we're going to come up. We're going to sit over onto those hips and bring those legs forward. Nice work. We're going to see if maybe we can make it forward to the feet. I'm going to grab those feet, folding forward, checking in. Now, when you go to do this, you may feel all those wide angle forward folds that we did, and your body may be a little persnickety. So we just want to love the body, the one that we brought, the way that it is. Just feel that work. And as we hang here, just feel gravity start to help us. Breathing through it. 3, 4, 5. As we slowly come back up, we want to try to do a counter posture where the back of the body has to contract. So we're going to do Eastern Plank. We're going to put those hands behind, fingertips face the glutes. We're going to press down, lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let the booty come right back down. We're going to bend those knees and we're going to give them a hug. We feel that work in the back body. Feels really good. And then from here, we're going to take this and roll back. Nice work. Maybe as soon as you rolled down, you felt like you got a little bit of correction in the spine. We're going to let those arms come out, drop those knees over to the left. Nice twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those knees back up and bring those knees over to the right. Nice big stretch here. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to bring those knees back in. We're going to let those feet come up. Oh my goodness. Nice work here for those hips. Feel that work. Releasing back body. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice work. We're going to cross those ankles. These are not ankles. These are knees. These are ankles. We're going to pull those feet down and up. Nice big stretch. We feel the work in the hip. Releasing that lower back. Smiling, maybe a little rock. It always makes my back feel so much better when I do this. And a release, change that cross. Bring those ankles down and up. Nice rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicely done. So we're going to finish up here. We have both of these knees together. And I want us to be able to release any tension we still have in the hip. So we're going to put that right ankle on the left knee. And then we're going to allow that left knee to come in. And we're active through this foot. We're going to pull that in, feel that hip work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as we release the left foot down, we're going to put that right foot on the ground and then lift that left one back in. Active foot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release. We're going to bring that knee in. And now that left foot comes on right knee as we pull it in. Feel that work. Maybe active right foot. 3, 4, 5. We're going to release that, putting that left foot down on the floor, pulling right knee in. Feel that work. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that foot come down and put both feet side by side, hands beside the body. We're going to press through the feet. And we're going to try to roll the pelvis up. And just by pressing through the feet, back bend happens, right? So you don't have to think about the clenching of the booty. We want to think about the pushing down of the feet. So we push down through those feet, lifting up. Roll the shoulders under. Nice, big, tall. We want nice, long, straight hips. Those legs are parallel. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to roll back down. And gently release. Roll those legs from side to side. Feels great. And then we're going to prepare for Shavasana, whatever that is for you at home. So maybe you have your allergies are active, or it's uncomfortable for your lower back to lay flat for a long period of time. Feel free then just to sit up and come into a type of seated meditation while we finish up so that we can stay together. If you'd like, you can straighten the legs, or lately I've been using my legs bent like this. Just makes me feel a little more comfortable in the spine. And we release the back body. And so we ask ourselves those questions. I posted them, I guess, maybe last weekend. How's my physical body? How's my mental body? How's my energetic body? Find your breath. Release the feet and ankles, the shin and calf. The knees, the thighs. We soften the glutes and pelvic belly. We release the lower back and navel. Mid-back and solar plexus. Shoulder blades and heart. With those collarbones lifted, we're able to release the neck and the jaw and the muscles in the face. And we find our breath. And we may have noticed that it was shallow in the beginning. But here we can feel those nice, long, deep breaths. And then we maybe want to stay here if you're at home, or start making that way back to a seated position. We begin to move those fingers and toes, checking in with the body. You move those knees from one side and then the other. And then maybe we roll to the right side and slowly come up. Finding a comfortable seated position. We let the hands come to the heart. We remind ourselves of all the amazing things we have in our life to be thankful for. We send out love and kindness and compassion to others. Holding that in, feeling that work. And we're going to end the practice with an Om, only if you're comfortable. Inhaling. Bowing forward. Namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. And thank you for practicing with me this morning. Yay, yoga. So I am here for a whole week. And so I'll try to find fun places each morning for us to practice together, depending on yard guy and garbage guy and dogs and things like that. But I love that no matter where I am, I can still be with you at 9 o'clock every morning, and it really has been a game changer in my life, feeling connected when I don't have people around me. I'm very much a people person. I have a huge family. I have a huge extended family. I normally have a bed full of dogs and kids and things, and isolation has really helped me appreciate the things that I have and the family that I have and the friends that I have. And I appreciate being here with you every morning. It's helped me reconnect, just make new friends like Julie and Georgia, and it's expanded our yoga practice, and we've created a whole different community, and I love that so much. So I will write a description of today's practice that we just did, and I will post it on this video, and in there will be the comments on how to share, what donations are. So I really appreciate that you've been sharing this with your friends and to YouTube. Going over to YouTube and subscribing and liking videos helps other people find me. If you have suggestions of things that you would like to do, maybe your back or maybe a certain body area, or maybe you saw a pose online and you're like, I don't know what's happening here, text it and maybe we can do workshop type style and say, you know, let's unpack this pose and figure it out. So big hearts to you from their house to your house. Bye. Mwah.